So, first off, I have my measuring device. It is a square. This just makes it more accurate. You can use just a ruler if that's all you have. Whatever. This is my drill. You can use a power drill if that's what you have. This is what I have. A file. You may need a file to sharpen your Gnomon. And also to get rid of any sharp edges when you cut your Gnomon from the coat hanger. More drill bits, just in case. Sharpie to mark your Gnomon, like to mark how you're going to drive it in to your board. Caliper to measure how thick your Gnomon is, to know what drill bit to use. This is not a necessary tool, as you can just hold up your coat hanger beside the drill bits that you have. Pliers with cutters on them, so you can cut your coat hanger. The coat hanger. I'm sure you people are familiar with one. And last but not least, a board. Oh, and the board needs to, you're going to want to fit your protractor to the board. So you're going to need this protractor as well for your SunDial. So, first thing we have to do is cut your coat hanger. See how it's flat in the middle? Well, it doesn't even really matter, but cut out a piece of coat hanger that will be longer than 5 centimeters. You might want it like a cut it. This here, definitely longer than 5 centimeters. Cut your piece. Now, you're going to want to file the tip of one end of your coat hanger. File. Fucking cat. File. Keep doing it. Till you got a nice point. And spin the coat hanger while you're filing. I'm going to cut here, and I'll come back to you when I'm done. Yeah, because it's not pointy yet, but it will be there. And this is pretty much the finished product. For me, this is good enough. Sharpen, it's a pretty good point. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. Well, close enough. Close enough. Okay, now the next step for me is to mark my square at 5 centimeters. It's hard to do on camera. 5 centimeters. Tighten it up with your fucking thing. Tighten it up. 5 centimeters. See? 5 centimeters. Now, with the 5 centimeters marked, I take my Gnomon, tip like sharpen side down, put it to 5, like put it on your ruler, and then take your Sharpie and then mark it. Mark your 5 centimeters. I mark it like so. Whoa, this Sharpie sucks. But mark it all the way to the 5 centimeters. I do it all the way around. This is more like a dolly. but it doesn't matter anyways because you'll fix it when you're driving it. So, but yeah, mark your 5 centimeters because this is how far you're gonna push it into your board. Put the lid on my Sharpie. Next step. Now, this step, if you don't have a caliper, it's alright, you don't need one. You can use vice grips for this, even if you have them. You can use a micrometer if you have one. I have a caliper. I have a vice grip. I have fucking micrometer, but I'm using this. All you gotta do is measure how thick your shit is. You don't even have to look at the numbers. Just measure it, lock it in, and now go through your drills until you find one that fits in that hole. Like this one's too big. Too big. You want a drill bit that's just a little bit smaller than your Gnomon. I do anyways. I don't know. I want it to fit tight. So this one's too big. The one on here is perfect. Just fits loose. That's what I want. I want my fucking drill bit to be smaller, just slightly smaller than my Gnomon. See how I can move it freely in there? Perfect. Now, take your protractor, put it on your board, and then just use the Gnomon that you just made and poke it right in the center. You want it accurate, poke it right in the center of your protractor and just make a mark on your board because this is where you're going to be drilling the hole, and you're just making sure that your protractor will fit on your board after you drill your hole. I made the mistake last time of making my hole too far to the side and it didn't fit, but whatever, doesn't matter. Now, with your mark, mine's already been drilled out, but the mark that you just made with your Gnomon, drill out a hole that you're where you want your Gnomon to be on your board. Easy as that. Just drill as straight of a hole as you can. It doesn't even matter if it's straight, because using your square, your combination square, you're gonna make sure your Gnomon is perfectly level anyways after the fact. So drill it as straight as you can, and it'll be perfect. So now you put your drill bit in the hole till it's at its final depth. Put your thumb, you want to put your thumbnail right to the board, pull it out so you know exactly how deep your hole is. Then take your Gnomon, point side towards yourself, put your mark, your 5 centimeter mark right at your fingernail, and then cut your Gnomon. Cut the bottom, not the tip side. This is underneath your mark. Cut it pretty much just a little bit shorter than your mark hole. Like mine. See, it's smaller than the drill bit. My mark, I don't know if you can see my mark. My mark is shorter than my drill bit. That's all that matters. Now, you can take the time again to file down the blunt or the sharp edges on the cut side of your Gnomon. And where's my file? It's going to take 2 seconds. Just don't get rid of your line. Good enough. It's flat. It's going to fit in the hole. You can round the edge if you need to. Don't go crazy. It's unnecessary, just as long as it fits in your hole. Perfect. Now it's just round it off a bit just to make it go into the hole easier, Got my black Sharpie mark at 5 centimeters. So from, well, here, never mind. But yeah, 5 centimeters from here to where the black mark starts. So you don't want to see the black mark when we drive this, because it's 5 centimeters from here to where the black starts. So now, take your pliers, put your Gnomon in them, and then just drive it into the hole. Easy peasy. Now, you don't want to blunt the thing, which is the only reason I'm not hammering it from the top down, but drive it until the black mark is gone. Just about there. So now I'm going to measure it with my square, which is still locked from when I measured it in the first place. Boing, look at that, 5 centimeters. Actually, no, it's a bit longer. I still got to drive it a tiny bit more. Not much, but it'll be 5 centimeters once my measuring device is flat on the floor. Flat on the board, I mean. See, it's not. Yeah, it's 5 centimeters. Perfect at 5 centimeters now. So now, separate your ruler from your square if you're using one. And then, take your square and put it against your Gnomon. And look, I'm not perfectly square. So what do? I bend it. Just a little bit. Oh, too much. Bend it. So now I'm square. Square. Square, still square. Make sure it's square all the way around. I'll get this fucking hair. Now what you gotta do is take your protractor and then make sure that you poke it on the board, like on your Gnomon, perfectly centered. Mine has already been done, so be careful, but make sure that it's perfectly centered on your thing, on your printout. So that's it. There's my SunDial. And I'm going to leave leveling it out for your own shits and giggles, because that's another can of worms on its own, and I'm only trying to show you how to make a Gnomon that will not blow over in the wind.